New year, new me. 2026. January 15th, 2026. Good morning from me. It is 11:24 where I am at. Um well, I've been up since about 8 this morning. I got sent home early last night from work. A handful of us did. They said it was slow. So came home, doom scrolled a little bit, knocked out. Been up since 8, trying to still figure out how to get some good videos out, right? Because I've been having some streaming issues with I was using Streamlabs and it glitches here and there. I use OBS, but I haven't used OBS in a minute. The last time I was using it, it had a little bit of a glitch in it too. It could just be my my hardware that I have. So it was a little discouraging. My last episode from last year was maybe like May or June. My daughters had promoted. With that being said, since that was the last episode last year, I'm gonna do a whole new season, and I think I'm gonna continue with that as the years come, just to try to keep it uniformed a little bit, and also a little bit more organized for myself. Why not have a new year, new chapter? Where we all figure that New Year's resolution style. Where it's like a new year, new me. So this is season 3, episode 1 of the Still Learning Dad podcast. My first season, I was heavily into my hey guys, how's it going? What I'm saying, welcome back, because I'm learning, right? As a human being, as a dad, I'm learning how to talk to the camera. I'm learning how to express my feelings a little bit better than I used to. In my first season, I talked a lot about of men's mental health and confrontations and relations, whether if it was family or friends, and it was a lot of like confusion venting what I was doing. Season 2, I was showing a little bit of the fatherhood side and a little bit of some throwback 90s nostalgic vibes, which is what I'm trying to do moving forward. I'm trying to do all elements. I want to give you guys all elements of everything. Um, but I haven't had a chance to drop an episode ever since my daughter's promoted, because again, the I don't know. I'm learning this stuff. I'm still trying to learn it all. So before I like to like just get on and do things when it comes to all of this and uploading and posting, I like to try to study a little bit, and I see some of the content that I'm trying to do and I'm like, man, this is top tier. This is high quality stuff. So then I go on and I try to do my part for what I'm doing, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it this way, and then it says I can't, and then you got your payments that you got to do. There's payments you got to pay for like extra quality work for it to like, even on here what I'm using right now, I was like, okay, my camera quality is at 720, but if I want 4K quality, I gotta drop some money on it. And I'm like, okay, I'm not getting paid from this yet, so let's hold up a little bit. Let's fall back a tiny bit. So it would be nice to get a lot more content out and to use like every benefit I can out of everything. But I'm not up there yet. I'm not on that level yet. But I definitely have been wanting to drop a new episode. I've been wanting to give you guys a new season. Um, if you can see behind me from how it looks for me, it's like it's all mirrored. I don't know how to switch the camera like that. Maybe when I'm done editing, hopefully I can maybe mess with that. But I'm trying to give like a 90s, early 2000s feel. I'm pretty sure there's people out there who still do this type of stuff. Let me see. Can I turn the camera without messing everything up? Because I know people are listening in. So I got that whole side right there. And then, yep, there it goes again. So let's bring it back. Bring it back. I got my little book study over here on this side. Um, oh, see, look, I already messed up right here. So let's go back to right here, and I have like a little homage to the '90s and 2000s. I even have a little bit of a gaming thing set up. I'm still trying to fix other stuff. Like for those listening, you can't see obviously. For those listening, I got my N64 from when I was what? I was a teenager when I got this one because one of my boys in high school, he had been going through some things at home and he didn't want his, so he ended up giving me his. But I had a 64 myself and I lost it throughout the years. One of the furthest things I've held since I was about 2 or 3 years old is this first generation Sega Genesis right here. So that's one of oh look, it's even cracked right here on the side. I didn't even catch that until right now. That's like a core memory right there. So basically, what you got behind me is what I've been working on for like the past year as well. I've been trying to like organize the area. My last video, I had my desktop set up over here, and I was faced on this wall, and it was kind of a plain wall. I had just like started organizing the little corner that I got going on here. But now I feel like we're moving into something a little bit more homey, yeah, as far as like the setup. And actually, is this a little bit more lighting? It's a little bit better lighting. There we go. Obviously, if you're listening, but if you're watching, it's a little bit more better lighting right here. So yeah, 2026, new year, new me, and not me, but all of us, new year, new start of a fresh chapter of whatever you guys want to do for yourselves individually. I think I'm gonna honor that and do the whole. If I let's say I do one season this year, right? I mean one episode this year. 2027 comes around. Hey man, season 4. I kind of want to do that so that way I have a uniform. I have it easier for me to organize, and I'm able to kind of look back on the actual seasons of what I'm doing. Because if I do season 1, episode 38,000, then it's like I'm never gonna know when to stop myself. I know I got to get better at it, so I'm like, I don't know. And man, this chair. Let me see. There we go. So I feel like moving forward, I'm gonna obviously try to get at least one episode a month. Because also I want to be able to drop some shorts with all my episodes and whatnot. I haven't really been able to do much of those either. Excuse me. And I'm like I'm excited, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I'm excited every episode I end up creating because I learn each episode, and not just with speaking. I learn uploading. I learn how to do a new. I have a new tool every time I'm doing this. So like because I'm looking up stuff to post. I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, I need to get this type of camera, or I got to have something of a setup like this. Which I have some stuff in the cart. I have a couple of things that I'm gonna be ordering soon for the new year. Right now, I'm still using my throwback microphone, which is the Zeal Sound. But I have and it's spoiler. I'm not trying to hide that. It's the ones where you're the desk mount where it comes up, so it's where like right here. So I want to look a little bit more official. I kind of want to have that pop up right here, so that way it looks a little bit better. It'll make me feel a little bit more studio style. Um, but yeah, just wanted to bring in the new season. It's a new. I will say it is a new. What is it like a turning over a new leaf, right? Uh, I'm in a I'm in a season of shedding right now, and I don't. The reason why I'm not speaking clearly right now is because I don't want to. Uh, hmm. I don't want to say too much, and I'm definitely not gonna say names. Obviously, I don't want to say much because I need to do some digging still of my own. I have my own homework that I need to do. But I will say I'm in a season of shedding off dead weight. You know what I mean? You know how like I don't like how I don't I don't know. I'm not really a fan of snakes, like real snakes, but I do like the method that they shed off dead skin and they, grow into something larger. So I do like that theory when you want to use it as a what's the word? Man, I had it. 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 Analogy, right? I believe it's analogy. I could be wrong, but a topic, to use like when you're saying you're getting to a better version of yourself, something like that. So I'm getting a lot more comfortable with the camera. I'm getting a lot more comfortable with the mic. I've always been comfortable with the mic. If you're watching, I haven't made music in a minute. My last song I think I recorded and dropped was with my boy Dandy Raps. Shout out Danny Raps and my boy Nito. Um, Nito produced the beat, had me and Dandy hop on it. Nito also hopped on it, but let me see, we might have recorded it maybe last year around this time, maybe like February, March, and then dropped it around June, I believe, too, as well. And that was it. It was just one verse. You only got one verse from me. I used to be the type of person to drop music all the time, especially because when I was in high school, I had a laptop, I had a microphone, I I found instrumentals because at that time I didn't know anybody who made beats. I found instrumentals and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw this instrumental on here and I'm gonna give me a verse in, two verses in. I'm gonna send this to my boy. I'm gonna upload it on MySpace. I'm gonna do whatever I could do so everyone could hear me. Right? I would freestyle. If I didn't freestyle, I wrote down a verse. Like I would do something musically. Right? These days, parenting's got me in a chokehold. And I recently started saying this a lot more. I've been, remember if you're a millennial '90s kid like me, remember them days we used to be like, bro, you got molded. I've been feeling like that a lot lately. You know what I'm saying? And there's different like okay, I'm gonna give you guys a definition I found. This is what's crazy. So there's different methods to use this, right? And the way that we grew up using it was like, let's just say people were clowning each other, right? And not even clowning each other. Let's just say somebody was doing something and someone else like thought it was like not not corny, but like funny, like if someone was like if someone let's say like hold on, what's a good word? Let's say somebody said they were good at like baseball, right? Or mainly it was kickball. I remember we were doing kickball. And you have kickball set up like it's baseball. So let's just say someone's ready for, a bat, but you're getting kicked the ball. And then someone rolls the ball and you're like, I'm really good. I'm really, really, really good. And then you run and you miss, boom, you fall, right? Like, yo, you just got molded, bro. Like you said you were good, and there's things like that. Or if you were trading jokes with each other and someone won up the other person was like, dang, bro, you got molded. So I'm looking at this definition because I'm like, we had a different meaning to it, right? It was like someone was humiliated, busted, proven wrong, or made to look foolish. And I'm like, that was a crazy time to have that as our own little slang, man. And I'm looking at it too. It says from the 80s to the 90s, and like you don't hear no one saying that no more, man. You don't hear nobody saying that no more. So I decided. I mean, obviously everyone has their own circle. People say it, right? Like one of my boys, Danny Raps, he'd be like, "Word," and I haven't heard that in a minute because he's the only one who says it every time we're chopping it up. Besides him, no one really says that. No one's like, oh yeah, word up, word. Or anytime he says like, hey, pull up, I usually say pull up. Like, oh, I'm just right here chilling at the pad. Pull up if you want. He'd be like, pull through. And I'm like, dang man, like the old slang, like I'm gonna say it. My daughter's gonna cringe when they hear this or see this. Now the slang now, it's just random shot. It's like this generation has Tourette's. Like it's comedy because my daughters would just say anything, and you know where I'm going, right? If you're listening or watching, you know where I'm going right now. You can say anything, right? How much time we got? We got like about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, or maybe like 6, 7. Like things like that. They just throw it out there, and it's comedy because it's like, all right, you want to play? I can play. So I uploaded a video. Was it last year? Yeah, last year at the end of the year, and I took a quick shower, jumped in the shower, hopped out real quick, looked at both of them. I was like, "Hey, yo, girls," and they're like, "What?" Both looking at me, and I'm like, "How long do you think I took?" And they're like, "I don't know," and I'm like 6, 7 minutes, and then they're like, "Nah, fam." I'm like, "What? Why can't I do it?" But you know, getting back to ours, right? Like them days, like molded, bro, you got molded, like you got told, they got you, man, they told you, or yeah, you were embarrassed, you got busted, like I don't like girls, and you get caught kissing a girl, oh bro, molded, like things like that. Like I'm looking at the definition, I was tripping out because I like growing up, we had our own way of explaining it, and it was mainly just like, bro, you got molded, like straight up, you got molded. And now that there's like actual definitions for it, that's the craziest part because it's like that's how fast technology works nowadays. It's like the girls saying 6, 7, boom. What does 6, 7 mean? And then you're gonna see a whole freaking AI analysis over it. That's the craziest part. So it's a trip to see how like technology has come now from then, because we hardly had it. Like the technology we had was just playing on the computer games real quick, and it was simple little using the arrows or whatever. But that's a whole nother topic, whole nother discussion for whatever. Um, but staying like familiar with topics and whatnot. I again, I'm in a season of shedding. I'm in a mind state of I've always been like a person of reciprocation or reciprocity, right? And it's it's like a you give, I give. But I know growing up, I was a big person of a people pleaser. I always wanted to make sure I didn't let nobody down. And if I felt like, I'm not saying if I let you down, if I felt that I let you down, you can tell me all day, no, you didn't do anything wrong. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Like, don't trip. But if I felt that I let you down, it was a wrap for me. Mentally, I'm beating myself up. I'm like in my head, like, man, like all you had to do was color the hat yellow. All you had to do was color, like if it was coloring a book, right? All you had to do was color that red. You could have just colored that just a little bit of green, and they would have been happy with it. But you colored it this color, and now look, man, now they don't even like it. They hate the coloring. Just little things like that escalated as the years came. And I was always a people pleaser. I was always trying to make sure everybody was happy. As long as everybody was happy and everybody was good, I was great. And you start getting into a mind state where it takes over. It becomes an obsession thing to where it's like, hey, are you okay? Like, are you happy? Are you good with me? Like, are we good? Is there anything I can do to make you laugh or smile? I kind of do that to this day, but the difference is I'm only doing that to where it's like it doesn't hurt my character personally. So like if I see a perfect example, right? I go to work and I see somebody looks really sad. And this is me now. If I go to work and I see someone look sad, I'm pulling up and I'm saying a joke. I'm saying a joke. or I'm saying, "Hey, what's up? Welcome back to paradise." Because we all hate it here. And if you give me that look and you're like, "What's up?" Oh, in my head, I'm leaving it as is. I'm like, "Oh, they got a bad day going on." Before, I'd be like, "Hey, what's up? How we doing?" Yada yada, like trying to like give high energy because I give high energy at work. And you give me that like, what's up? Before, I used to be like, hey, and I would stop. I'm like, hey, what happened? What's the matter? What's wrong? What's going on with you? Look, man, I'm not having a good day, like, and then I would get that kind of energy. So I'm like, and now I'm sitting there talking to them 5 to 10 minutes, and we're trying to figure something out. I'm sitting there trying to make that person happy, and I'm probably going through, whatever I'm going through in my head at the same time. And I was doing that too much. I was bringing in everyone else's anxiety and stress into my anxiety and stress. So now I have my stress. Now I have your stress. And then I'm at work. And then if I do any little slip up at work, the managers are stressed at me. And now I have triple times the stress all on my shoulders now. So now I'm like, and I was doing that a lot. And that's not just with work. I was doing that with a lot of different interactions, relationships. And it got tiring. It got tiring because I'm already co-parenting, raising two girls. All right. So dealing with those two already, that's a big mission. That is a big mission because not every day is going to be great with them. And that's just being honest. Every day is going to be different. One's going to be mad, one's going to be sad. There's going to have moments where they're both happy, they're both thankful or whatever, but we're all human. We all got different emotions that we go through every day. So I'm already focused on that. So my main thing is to make sure they're good even if they're having a bad day. I'm going to make sure they're good. Now, if I'm at work and I see you and I throw a little like, hey, what's up? And a little joke and you're not giving me the energy back, I'm not letting that kill my mood anymore. It used to bother me. I'd be like, dang, man, I wish there was something I could do to make them laugh or smile. Cause I used to be like, like I said, I'm still like that a little bit. But I was big on like, I can't be sad and you can be sad. You can't be sad around me. And I tell people that, like, you're not allowed to be sad around me. Like only I'm allowed to be sad. People are like, oh, what do you mean you're only I'm allowed to be sad? Because if I'm sad and you're sad, then it's gonna be a whole depressing area right here. Let me be sad, but let me make you laugh. Like so I'll throw little like funny jabs at people just to try to make them smile more, a little joke more, and it's just the instinct in me. Um, I don't like to associate myself with bad energy anymore. Bad energy, toxic energy, negative, anything that's opposite of up. No, I want positive vibes and positive energy around me. And I know that's in a perfect world. I can't have it all the time. Someone's gonna honk at me one day because it happens every week. Someone's gonna honk. Someone's gonna cut me off. Someone's gonna be in a rush. Someone's gonna not be in a rush. They just want to be rude and just boom, cut you off. Um, to that point, obviously, I'm gonna have a moment where I'm like, you know what? Have a good day. Like I'm gonna lose my temper. I have moments where I lose my temper these days. However, I try to maintain a good composure. I try to maintain a good attitude. I try to breathe more. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. I come from a very bad temper growing up. I hated the world. I've said it in season one. I hated the world. I was mad at the world. I was mad at a lot of people, and I was a kid. I was a kid trying to please everybody, and I wasn't. The problem where I'm getting at is I wasn't getting it in return. What I was giving, I wasn't getting in return. I wasn't receiving. And you're not taught these things. You're not taught like, look, you're not always gonna get that same energy. You're not always gonna get that same love in return. Sometimes you're not gonna get it. Whatever you're getting, you're not gonna get it back. We're not taught that. People may say it parents may say it, they may say like, look, this is the real world, but that's it, right? As a kid, we have so many questions, we have so many thoughts, we have so many dreams, goal, whatever. We are seeing so much of everything as a kid. We like, oh man, like I looking at the sky, it's like, man, I could fly. One day maybe I'll fly a plane. Maybe one day I'll be jumping out of a plane. And that's not saying physically, right? It's more of a goal. So like jumping out of a plane could just be one day I'm gonna be a doctor. Like fly, I'm gonna fly. One day I'm gonna fly. Like I could be a dentist. I could be a lawyer. Like I could be someone wants to be a cop. Those are all throwback '90s goals, right? A lot of them wanted like nurses, but me, I wasn't saying those things. I was told to do something like that. Like you should be a doctor. You should be a cop. You should be a lawyer. You should do this. There's a lot of good money in this. There's a lot of good money in that. What happened? I grew up wanting to be a rap artist and not a rapper talking about I got chains and all that. I was gifted this talent and I was able to do wordplay. I was what people call me. I'm not saying this. What close friends say I'm lyrical. They say I'm lyrical, right? So I had this vision of being an artist, not a rapper. I used to say rapper a lot. Like, oh, I'm a rapper. I'm a rapper. But then now we're in 2026, so let's rewind just 10 years ago. Everybody was a rapper now. Everybody. And everybody is like the biggest thing when they're rapping. Me, like the way I see it now is I'm an artist. I would love to say I'm a musician. I got me my MPC right here. I got an MPC live. I hardly play it. I hardly play it because I start hitting it every now and then. I'll hit the drum machine and then I get into a mode where I'm like, oh, I feel like I could mess with this. I feel like I could do this. Then I get stuck. I don't know how to um I don't know how to save it to where it all lines up. I end up pressing the wrong button and then it takes me out or it deletes it or it doesn't actually work. So now I'm like, this isn't what I was trying to do. So I have my little temper still. I have a temper that I still got to deal with. I watch videos every now and then for the NPC and I need to get back to it. I'm going to. So if somebody were to hear this or see this and comment, be like, "Yo, man, you're slipping. You better jump on that." I would appreciate that. Um, I've been yeah, I've been telling everybody for years, like, yeah, I'm a rapper, blah blah. Now I'm at a point where like I don't want to be looked at as the guy who wanted to be a rapper. I want to be looked at as a guy who was just trying to create, and that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm a dad who creates. I game. I've been streaming a lot on my YouTube channel, the Still Learning Dad Gaming. So obviously when this is done, you're gonna hear it on my podcast, but this is also connected to my main YouTube channel, Still Learning Dad. So all last year, what I got heavily into was gaming. I miss gaming. In one of my recent streams on gaming, I said that when I was a kid playing my Sega, I used to tell everybody I wanted to create a game that had multiple different games, and all you had to do was put one cartridge in, and when you put the TV on, a whole bunch of different games popped up. I was saying that in my most recent stream, and those are things that I wanted as a kid. It was either like gaming or rapping. If you're outside looking in, it's gaming or rapping, right? I get it, man, typical guy, whatever. You just don't want to do nothing in life. But think about this. Think about this. What I'm doing right now and expressing what I wanted to do with those two is creating. I'm gonna leave one day. We all will, right? I want to be remembered as a good person who was creating. I want to be remembered as a good dad trying to show my girls, and if I have more kids later, whatever, but for the time being, a better life. And not not a richer life, not a more luxurious life, a better life mentally, even if we aren't doing great financially, right? I want them to have a better mental health life than I did. I didn't have a good mental health life, you know? And I just want to create. That's all I want to do, man. Like, I want to do what I want to do. When I go to work, I'm very thankful for my job, by the way. Blessed. I've had opportunities to where I've worked two jobs, which I did that last year. I was on and off with two jobs last year, but I had one consistent job. And this year I will be with this company for 5 years. So within the 5 years, I've been on and off with two jobs as well. When I started this job, I had another job. So I've had a lot of days where I've had no days off. I'm kind of getting into a spot to where, not that I'm moving up, because I had some issues, which I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it, but I had some issues to where I kind of got it made me pull back, you know. So as far as with the company, again, I'm very thankful and blessed to be with the company. But I'm not gonna try to move up here if I'm like, if I feel stuck, and I legit feel stuck. I feel like there's no help to move up. I feel like there's a pause for me, and there's reason for it for them. I don't know why. But since I have them, I'm gonna utilize my job and be thankful for it, and really try to push forward with this real estate. And it's not that I want to be a realtor. I'll be a realtor if I can, you know, like if I feel like it needs to help me push through a little bit more, I'll do that. I'll do realtor. I'll be a realtor. But I was doing some studying, and property management is technically what I want to do. Reading this book, actually, right here. I'm finally getting to the end. Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. um, it's telling you in the book to, because it's what I want to do. It's telling you to buy a property and then rent it out. Buy another property, rent it out. Buy another property, you know. Then when you get to a good level, you know, you buy some apartments, rent it out. The low level, entry level experience that you would need is to be like an assistant in property management. So in my head, I'm like, why wasn't I doing this before? Man, I was having a conversation with my mom about it, man, and I'm like, I started beating myself up a little bit, and I was like, these past like 2 or 3 years, I could have been doing this, but again, we live and we learn. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just stay where I'm at, and I'm not stuck. I don't want to say that. I know I said stuck. I don't want to say stuck necessarily, but I'm gonna be like a neutral, I guess, a neutral for the time being, while I study a little bit more into hopefully getting an entry level position with property management. You know, because that's the bigger goal. The bigger goal is to get property and rent it out. And it sounds so simple. It sounds so easy to do when you say it out loud. Like, man, I'm gonna just buy a property and just rent it out. Easy money. But there's a lot behind it, man. There's a lot behind it. And I know I'm all over the place again, but I had I had mental notes that I was ready for. I did not need to take no script down or none of that for this episode, because I've been so excited to jump on it and give you guys new material for this. And I have a lot to say, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just get on here and blabber. I'm really good at it. I'm getting so comfortable with this now, and it's exciting to get here and experiment. And I was good at freestyling music. You know, I was good at freestyling lyrics. I used to be really. I wasn't the best, but I was really good for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like, because you know, man, internet comes for you sometimes when you say the wrong things. Like, to me, when it came to freestyling and like flowing off the top, it was easy, is what I should say, right? It was easy for me. So I wasn't great. I wasn't the best freestyler. I got a couple homies I can name right now. Danny Raps, Metzis, and my boy Mike Syfe. You know what I'm saying? There was a handful of dudes, growing up that bars, and to me, I don't care what anyone says. To me, they were fire. Homie Dopey, Versa, like these dudes would just like, all right, we're sitting down and just something flawed with the ball, drinking out the straw, like that, right? Like simple, easy bars, but we're chilling and we're going off the head. So I'm sitting there. I would be sitting like, yo, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Hold up. Let me get it. And then like the beat's going. They're sitting there. We're in a little cipher. They're waiting for me, and I'm like, yo, check it, yo. And right when I'm about to go, they'd be like, straight off the top, non-stop, ready to do it, non-flop, blah, blah, you both flop. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna just chill now. And they're like, come on, go, Taz, go. And I'm like, I'm trying, man. But it's because to me, these dudes were masters of that. So when we first started hanging out and doing that, it was like you go or get left. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, man, all right, let me try it again. And it's not the same night. These are nights of hanging out with them, like years passing. So now I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go again. I'm like, yo, all right, and I'm trying to feel the beat, getting the rhythm, and I'm like, all right, yo, check it out. And then we start to do it, right? Now I'm like, let me go one more time with the flow. Yo, go slow. And then they cut me off again, and I'm like, yo, man, I'm about to feel it. But I learned it's a trade-off, and that's what makes you more. It's like sharpening your sword, right? Sharpening your sword and keeping that strong. So you get to a point where you're in that little circle with them, and you're just like, there's none of this, there's none of that no more, right? It gets to a point where they play the beat and they look at you, Taz, and I'm like, yo, Taz, straight spaz off the mic, you already know, gonna grip it tight, ready to recite, not even like stuff like that. And then they'd cut me off, well, not cut me off, but they would go in and be like, yo, yeah, better than have I ever been. You already know we here, never to pretend. Like, all right, cool. All right, that was nice. That was dope. And now you're sitting there looking at each other like, okay, that was fire. That was fire. Yo, that was straight. That was straight fire. Never really willing to retire. Coming off the top, man, coming through the wire. Like, and then now we're in a circle. Now I'm like, oh, this is what they wanted to do. It's just, it's sparring. You're lyrically sparring, right? And I got to a point. Now I'm fast forwarding. Sorry. Now I got to a point to where I sit down, I want to write, and I'm like, what do I talk about now? I have so much to talk about. Like I'm telling you right now, I have so much to talk about. But lyrically, what do I say? So I play my beats. I have beats. That are collecting dust. I sit down and I'm like, man, how am I going to start this one? Oh, I got to go to work. And now I got to leave, So it gets to a point with the NPC where I'm like, okay, if I can't rap, if I can't write no lyrics down, let me mess with the NPC. I'll make my own beats. I'm playing with the beats and I'm like, oh, man. Look at the time. Dang, I got to go to work now. So now I always felt like I was always on the go, especially with both jobs. And then I'm going to work, coming home, I'm going to work, I'm coming home. I'm with the girls. We're doing homework. Time to go. They were in karate for a bit. Now they're in volleyball and band. And man, times are busy and time flies. So then you start to get to a mind state where it's like, I'm gonna be 37 this year, and I'm like, what am I doing? As far as my end game, right? I'm halfway through life, so the end game, you always want to look back and have everything was worth it. Everything was worth it. So everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And I'm embracing the reasons that I'm dealing with. if that makes any sense. My bad. I'm embracing the situations that I've been dealt with and the reason behind it. That's better said. Um, I got man, I got I got some things to definitely get off my chest in future episodes. I just need to I need to double down on my own personal homework. Um I'm definitely gonna be I'm gonna be courteous. Um but I definitely wanna let off some more steam a little bit in future episodes. I don't know, man. I just this year like I don't have time for again bad energy. And I'm gonna be honest. I don't. It doesn't matter who you are anymore. If you're not giving me peace, stay away from me, please. And this is not to be part of a trend. Okay. I can see how some people may see it as a trend. This is not a trend. I see why people isolate themselves from a lot of people, whether it's friends or family, whatever, right? Um, it's totally understandable. It's totally understandable. So I, that'd be for another day, obviously. But if you're not bringing me peace or my daughter's peace, if you're not bringing that's better said for me personally, not for parents. Parents, you could take that if you want, but for me personally, if you're not bringing my daughter's peace or positivity or encouragement, then stay away. You know what I'm saying? Stay away. And if you feel like you can be a let me see, a toxic leech, I guess you could say, yeah, a toxic leech in our lives, then that's definitely not happening. That's definitely not happening. I don't want my daughters to get into a habit of like cutting their friends off, right? For like little things. One of my oldest just recently had like a little issue, and I'll watch what I say. But she had a little issue, and I'm glad I was present because she got a notification on her phone, and I'm like, oh, what's that? Like I was just playing with her. I was like, what's that? Like YouTube or something? And I'm like pretending I was being nosy, but I was driving. So I was like, oh, what you got going on there? And I saw her face. Her face, she was in a good mood. And she was like, what? And I was like, oh shoot. So now I'm like, oh, you all right? Or like, what's good? What happened? So she starts telling me what happened. I guess there was a misunderstanding. And she's going off in her head. She's going off like out loud. And I'm like, whoa, wait, hold up. So, excuse me. Luckily, we had just gotten back home. I'm like, wait, hold on, put your phone down. We get upstairs, and I'm like, look, before you respond, let me talk to you, please. Let me have a conversation with you, please. Before you respond, you're hot right now. You're ready to go. Don't do that yet. Think about it. Breathe. Try to do it this route. Try to go about it this way. She sat there. She thought about it. I was like, don't even respond yet. Don't even respond right now. Let all the anger out. Go hit your volleyball real quick. Do your little rounds that she does. That's all. Do little rounds that you do. Think about it real quick, okay? And we're big on praying now. We're believers, and again, I've said it in the past. I'm not here to preach like hardcore to people like that because I know it's a lot of it is taken wrong. What I do is I just go off experience. I'm not a pastor or I'm not a professional, right? I'm a professional learner. if anything, I'm a professional learner, But I had her sit back, think about it real quick, and she went back later, and everything's cool. Everything's cool now. Now, in the moment, I will admit this. In the moment, we all fall victim to that the bad habit, right? If like at work, let's just say at work, someone says something to me, which they have, they use the B word a lot, at work. Everyone's comfortable, especially these days. Everybody says the B word so freely. And younger me would be like, "What'd you say? Like, who you calling that? Like, who you talking to like that?" And I'm a person where I really don't like people who know me that I don't care about winning a fight. My point when it comes to any altercation, my point is like I'm gonna hit you at least once, and you're gonna know that I mean business no matter what. You know what I mean? Because people, I've always said this too. People could be like, "Man, I beat him. I slapped him up. I'm off the floor with that fool," and I would be like, "Yeah, but I didn't back down." Now, I have an episode where I would love to talk about it, which I will. I will. That might be this season's what do you call it, topic? Because I remember when I was rapping, right? When I was rapping heavily, somebody said that they knew me from when I was a kid, and somebody was like, "Man, I used to punk that fool." And I'm like, if you listen to my music, right? Like I am a lyrical kid, so there was a point where I was trying to follow suit, I was trying to put on for the boys, and I did a couple different style songs, right? So, one person heard it and he was like, "Man, I used to punk that fool," and blah 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 blah. So what I do, I went home, I talked about it in my next song. And these are like hardcore throwback mixtapes, like you used to only be able to hear them on MySpace, but I don't even think you can hear it now. And I even told people, I'm like, "Man, look, I got punked when I was a kid. What the heck? Like, I ain't afraid to say all that." Like, from the time I was about 2 or 3 years old, I was getting punked left and right all the way up until middle school. And I'm saying that freely on here, right? Bullying was a big thing for me. I got bullied heavily. So I'll have an episode where I talk about bullying. I got punked a lot. I got punked a lot growing up. And that's why I'm the way I am now. You will not punk me now. You know what I mean? So at work, if someone's saying that word, I'm just like, I'm like, you're funny. You're funny. And then I occasionally joke back, right? I try not to use that word. I don't like that word, but I will also give back certain energy sometimes. And physically, if I'm there, sometimes I do it out of a reaction. I catch myself sometimes I don't. So we all have that moment, like we're all human. I have human reactions. I will react a certain way sometimes, but I am trying to be a positive person, especially in my daughter's lives. I like to watch shows like uh I just recently watched I finished both seasons already. It's called Unlocked, where these gentlemen are in jail and they're like going through so much mentally, and they're like, "Man, I don't play and I'll beat everybody up in here." But then at the very end of the episode or the seasons, both seasons, those crazy dudes, they just got so much going on in their head, man. And they just want some sort of like reassurance that there can be good things happening in their lives. And at the end of both seasons, these crazy dudes end up being cool people, right? There's like you just have to go through something a little bit and see that there is still good out there. There is good people out there, even if they don't look like it. There's people who are out there that are super toxic, narcissists, and gaslighter, all that. There's those bad people, and some of those people will never change. I don't want to be one of those like people. I don't want to be somebody who is like that. I want to be somebody, when you talk about me, when everybody talks about me, I want people to be like, "He's a little firecracker, but he's a cool little guy," because I'm short, 5'2", but I want you. I want people to be like, "He's a little firecracker, he's a little knucklehead sometimes, but he's cool and he's a good dad." I want to hear those, put it on my tombstone when I go, like little hothead, but great person, great dad. Like I want stuff like that. Very creative, very innovative, like I want to be remembered as a good, genuine person when I go under, that's my goal. Yeah, I want to have some money too. I want to be, financially stable. That's another thing. I want my daughters to have a nice life growing up, and I'm trying to help teach that. So I'm I'm like I'm thriving. I'm thriving off of positivity right now. I've seen a lot of old friends. Was I don't know if it was last year. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. But obviously I'm not talking about it until now. But I've seen a lot of friends just from high school alone. I would see like certain attitudes from them, and I'm like, dang man, you weren't like this before. Or I see some of them, I'm like, man, you weren't like this before. This is good. This is good to see on you. I like this. I like this. I like seeing this. I like seeing that. I like progression. And then you see some friends that are still, or not friends, I should say, classmates, right? Because some of them aren't friends. I see some people that I had went to school with, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm just like, dang man, like you haven't changed, and that's why I stay away. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, I'm looking, I'm like, hey, you're gonna be like that, and people they'll say that I'm gonna be like this. I don't care. This is how I am. If you wanna be surrounded by me, just be prepared. And I'm just like, that's toxic. Like, why? Why do you want to be like that? It's not my fault. People just get on my nerves, and people just this, and people just that, and don't step on my. And I'm like, I feel the same, but in a positive way. Like, don't step on my toes either, right? Like, don't disturb my peace either. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna go 100 times more than you and be violent, like more violent than you are. No, I'm just gonna fall back, man. Like, I'm cool. I don't want no I don't want no violent altercations with people, none of that. Now, again, well, I'm human, I'm not saying if somebody were to slap me, I'm not going to slap you back, or I'm not going to at least square up with you, you know what I mean? But just don't disturb my peace. I'm trying to have a peaceful life with my babies and just do this dad thing, I'm trying to just be just good vibes, good energy. I stream on my game a lot, man. Like it's becoming like a weekly thing. I'm trying to make it a weekly thing, honestly, but I'm trying to have like a good time frame for when I stream. Obviously, this is my podcast, Still Learning Dad podcast. For my socials, I've got my 3 different handles. I got for YouTube. I'm sorry, for YouTube, I got the Still Learning Dad, which this will be popping up on it as well if you're listening or watching on any of these platforms on here. Um, my Instagram is gonna be Still Learning Dad, and then I have Still Learning Dad Gaming. I also have Still Learning Dad podcast. For I have my TikTok. It's just Still Learning Dad. I feel like for that one, I could just generate all my content on that one alone. You know what I mean? And then my Instagram's connected to my Facebook pages, so they all individually have their own little handles. I don't have Twitter, or what is it, X? I don't have X. Those are the ones I mainly use. I stream on my game. I'm sorry, my gaming channel. I stream on that one at least once a week right now. I'm trying to get a little bit more. Again, if I could start making some money off all this stuff, this could be my full-time job. I would not mind this being my full-time job right here, sitting here talking to the camera with this mic in front of me. It's semi related to music because I get to record my voice, and it's nice. It's nice to be in front of a mic. I think that's one of my like not a hobby. It's one of my like I guess you could say you know what? I don't even know what to say right now. But whatever that is, that is that. A remedy. It's like a remedy. When you go to the gym, you go to gym therapy. I haven't been in the gym since the end of last year, so like right before Christmas. So we're long overdue. We're long overdue. It's been a cool minute, But I was reaching some PRs. You know what I'm saying? My RDLs I was hitting about 265 on my RDLs. I think I maxed out on 245 as far as bench pressing. I'm trying to get more into calisthenics this year. So the last couple of times I went to the gym, I wasn't doing any crazy heavy lifting. I was more just letting my body hang from the bars. And I was trying to see, I'm trying to get onto my body weight, you know, I'm trying to do stuff like that. Last year and the year before, I was heavy on my push-ups. I'm jumping back on my push-ups again this year, and I'm gonna be back doing my burpees. I'm a fan of burpees, so I do those too. I'm a fan of burpees. I'm trying to get into the calisthenics more, you know. Um, I'm trying to eat a little bit more healthier, you know. I still splurge on the weekend, you know. The girls are like, Dad, can we go get Jacks? I'm like, say less. But during the week is where I'm really trying to stop because we have a bad habit of you know what, I'm just go over to Jack's real quick. I gotta go to work. We don't have time to cook and we don't have time to this. So I'm trying to better myself with that. Um I like cooking too. I do my little cooking videos. So if you're listening in and you caught those handles, I'll try to just put them on this episode. I'll do that. That'll be better said. So I could just link everything together. You know, I need to get better at that. I'm gonna try to get better at that. But for those watching or listening, whatever, just tuning in and being here, I appreciate you. I thank you. We are in a new season 3, episode 1. Okay. Um, this one, I'm glad I finally decided to get back on here because I was thinking earlier when I woke up, I was like, maybe I could do like a 2-minute video. And I'm like, no, I haven't dropped an episode since last year, literally like middle of the year last year. So I was sitting here for a minute before I decided to do it. And I'm like, I know I want to take notes. I've said that before. I've said it that I want to take notes and have like I guess like a segment prepped for you guys, which again, I'm getting there. I'm going to start doing them. I'm going to start. But I don't know. I have so much stuff to talk about in my head. My ADHD. I got ADHD, so I'm constantly thinking of stuff to say. I have a whole script in my head. Obviously, it disappears the minute I start talking, but I have a whole different script in my head when I'm ready to do it, and then I got like 2 or 3 different scripts right behind it. You know, so I'm like, I can talk about this right now, and then boom, and then I can be like, ooh, and I can throw this in too. So it's cool. Like it's cool to have all that in there, but it sucks because it's so unorganized, you know. So I was just like, you know what? Season 3, episode 1, run it. You know, let's just run it. Let's just get on here. Let's record. Let's run it. And I felt like I gave everybody a blend of everything for this season 1. So I love it. I love it. I'm in a shedding season. I'm in a shedding season. Trying to be positive, you know. I have some topics I want to talk about this season and this year. I definitely want to get more into. I'm a fan of WWE. I've said it before, so I definitely want to get into some episodes of like wrestling, and I like AEW as well. I like the indies. I'm actually working on going to what is it? House of Glory, Hog Wrestling. I'm gonna probably take my oldest with me because it's in like about a week or two. And you know, we got Royal Rumble coming up. I want to talk about a lot of stuff, some '90s R&B. So I'm gonna get there, man. I'm gonna start talking about the music more. I have a lot of things that I want to cover this year and this season, and I'm gonna do my best to force myself to do it more. As far as because I use OBS Studio sometimes, and I have again I have it glitches sometimes, so I think for now I'm gonna try I want to say it's the Riverside FM. So I'm gonna try to see how this works. This is I think this is my second or third time using it on the desktop, and I like the setup. I just hopefully it doesn't stay like that. Like I would love it because the everything is actually switched from what I'm seeing, you know. So hopefully it doesn't stay too much like that. But I mean, I'm gonna rock with it. I'm gonna if this is the best I could give you guys, I'm gonna rock with it. So that being said, if you made it to this far, made it all the way, this a whole hour. If you made it this far, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna try to drop all my links, so that way, if you do want to follow me for everything else, especially my gaming stuff, I'll be dropping all that in here. Even gaming on here. I'll even have episodes of gaming on here too. But if you want to actually watch me game, obviously this is just to listen or watch me. My gaming YouTube is Still Learning Dad Gaming. I'll be streaming on that, talking on that, whatever. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys right now. So that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your month. I am going to prep some shorts for this one now because now we got a good amount of some content on here. So it's was it 12:25 now? I got to start getting ready to go pick up the babies, and then we got work tonight. I low key might be streaming tonight on my game. Again, Still Learning Dad Gaming on YouTube. If you guys want to tap in with me on there, if not, just keep tuning into these different because I know I'm on Amazon, Spotify. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, God, for another year and for another season of this. And let's get this going, man. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and good rest of your month. I'll see you on the next one.